What up, homies and homettes? This is jmcriddle from mixedbyjordan.com. I am a recording and mixing audio engineer based outside of Kansas City, Kansas, and I wanted to make a video today discussing the steps that I've taken to start making money out of your home studio. Alright, so step one for me was once I identified what it is that I wanted to do with my life. So I've always known that I'm not the type that I can just sit in a cubicle until I'm 65 and then retire, or work hard working for someone else's dream. I want to work for myself. So once I identified what it is that I wanted to do, I'm kind of the type of person who becomes obsessed with stuff. So I would spend hours upon hours upon hours every single day, staying up extremely late at night, just learning the craft of engineering. So a huge part of learning it is practicing it, but also, as creative as audio engineering is, it's very technical as well. So, I remember I bought my first interface from a friend of mine, and, he texted me. We'd been texting back and forth. I was an artist. I actually used to record with this guy, and he texted me stating that he had a interface for sale, and I had no idea what an interface was. So I'm having that conversation with him, asking him, and he's explaining to me what an interface is. So there's a lot of just tools that you use as a mixer that you need to be aware of. So I spent again hours every single day just researching the crap out of engineering, whether it was Gear Sluts, YouTube, puremix.net, Audio School Online, just any site that I'm sure that you guys have been on. I've spent plenty of hours on it, and I'm just the type to research stuff until I just can't find anything else. So step two in this process is to practice the craft. So what I did, since I was an artist first, I know a lot of the local artists here around the Kansas City area. So I reached out to a few people that I'm cool with, some friends, and offered them free studio time. What artist is going to turn down free studio time? So I would have them come through, and I would just record and mix their project. Wouldn't cost them anything. And they weren't expecting much. If you're getting something for free, you really can't expect much. And me, that was where I was able to just kind of cut my teeth on some records and start using compressors, start using EQs, start working on balance, depth, all of these different things that we need as an engineer. That's where I was able to practice those techniques and really own my skills. So step number 3 in this process is building clientele. So there's a few ways to go about doing that. Hopefully those first few artists that you were recording and mixing for free, you start to get better. They start to see value in the product that you're giving back to them. And you're able to have that conversation with them like, hey, I'm looking to eventually make this a full-time thing. Obviously I can't do that giving away free sessions. You guys seem to like the mixes that you're getting back from me. I'm now going to start charging you an hourly rate or project rate, however you want to do it. So hopefully those first few artists that you were letting come through for free, hopefully they instantly turn into some clientele. Another thing that seems to work is just going out to shows, networking. Again, you may offer a free session this time to someone who you don't know, they haven't worked with you before. Give them a free session, a couple hours or whatever, and let them see what you can do. But instead of treating them as I'm going to let you get a couple free sessions as I practice, at this point you should be gaining some confidence in your skills. Offer them a free session, knock out a mix, and say, hey, this is what I have to offer and this is how much I charge. Again, you just have to go into that conversation having confidence in yourself even if obviously you're probably not at the level of some of your favorite engineers that you've studied, but have that confidence that you're not just offering them crap. You're offering them value, and set the price accordingly. All right, step number 4. This is what worked for me. So for me, music has always been something delicate. I never wanted music to be something that is this burden or this stressful thing. Like, man, I have to have this person come through Friday because I have to be able to make my car payment. Like, I never wanted music to be that. So step number 4 for me, it was having a day job. Okay, so this allowed me to take the 2.5-3 years to really work on my skills, not have to stress about making sure I have X amount of artists, X amount of sessions each week. I was able to take my time, not perfect my skills because I'm not perfect by any means, but really get to a point where, not only am I expressing, the value that I have to offer to artists, but it's gotten to a point now where my name is kind of spreading word of mouth. The artists are very satisfied, very happy with the mixes that they're getting back from me, and they're talking amongst each other about it. So, more and more artists are coming through, and that's just due to the hard work that I was able to put in. But I was able to put in that hard work because I didn't have to stress about it. I knew I had my 9 to 5. I knew I was getting a check, from that 9 to 5, and I didn't have to stress about, the music. So again, step 4 is having your day job, and, obviously with the goal of working towards building your craft up to a point where you can potentially leave that job, if that's your goal. And step number 5, the final step for me, this is something that I've just recently gone through, is raising your prices. So again, now this is how I pay my bills. I'm very confident in my abilities as an engineer, and buying gear isn't free. Buying plugins is not free. The space that your studio is in is not free. Plus, you've worked extremely hard to provide value to the artist. So, you may not be charging $1,000 per mix, but you do need to have confidence in yourself and charge a rate that you feel like you deserve. If the artist likes what you've been giving them, they will come back. I started off, the first person I started charging, I was charging them $10 an hour, and I wasn't even charging them for the mixing. That was just to record. I would let them go, and then I would knock out the mixes on my own. Obviously, that's not the case anymore, but I was kind of scared to start raising prices on people because I just felt like they wouldn't come back. But again, yeah, if you're giving the artist value, if they're letting people hear their songs, and people are like, whoa, man, that sounds great, blah, 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 they're going to come back. Not only are they going to come back, but they're going to tell people where they record, and you're going to get other artists coming to you, texting you, emailing you, whatever. So definitely, raise your prices as your skills increase, as you get new gear, as you get a new space or whatever. And whenever you add value to what you're offering, be confident in that and feel free to raise your prices. So those are the 5 steps that worked for me in running a successful home studio. Try them out. Hopefully they work for you as well. If you have any other tips, definitely leave them in the comments below. Definitely love to check them out. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, definitely like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for everyone who's subscribed so far. It means the world to me. And I'll have more content coming soon. Definitely check out the vlogs if you haven't already. It's pretty cool because I feel like you don't really see too many engineers also showing you their day-to-day life and how they actually fit fitness in. I'm huge into fitness. As an engineer, you just spend a lot of time sitting right here not doing anything, eating. And yeah, I feel like fitness is crucial as well. So check out my vlogs. But yeah, if you need any mixes, hit me up at booking@mixedbyjordan.com or go to my website, mixedbyjordan.com. And I appreciate it. Peace.